afternoon, this is Will Faerber from Art to Ride, and I'm here in Orange County with Devon and her project horse Oxsana. Oxsana is the horse that she's been working with for a while. When we first began her, she was having some problems from an old injury on her ankle, but then we also discovered that she was having a saddle fit problem. She was sore up in the shoulders there, and every time the saddle that she was riding in would hit her, of course, she would look like she was off. But happily, we have come a long way since those days, and we're going to show you her a little bit. So Devon's going to just keep her in a stretch there and go into a rising trot in a stretch. Very nice. And let the horse get long. Just a little more swing in that trot there, so she swings through a little more in your rising trot. Very nice, but looks quite even now. And now develop your working trot. She's going to just bring the pole up, finding that place that she can bring the pole as high as it doesn't interfere with the stride of the horse. She keeps tracking through. Very nice, about right there. Turn by the center line and do a leg yield to the left. Very nicely done. Change the rein across the next diagonal. And let's let her stretch all the way back down on the circle here for a moment. Very nice. And Devon has begun to sit to the trot on this horse, so we're going to show you what that looks like. So she's in a stretch, so Devon's going to go ahead and sit to the trot in the stretch. Show you how she can keep the sitting trot without changing the rhythm of the horse or its balance. Very nice, just like that. Beautifully done. Look how nice and relaxed her legs are. They're moving a little bit. Of course, she doesn't have any boots on either, which tends to exaggerate that. Now, go back in your rising trot and develop your working trot now once again, bringing your pole back up. But how lovely and even this horse has become. Very nice. Go large in your working trot. And do a little lengthening down the next long side. Now you may notice that she is on what we would consider the wrong diagonal. Because she was sore in her shoulder, we only rise to one diagonal for a little while with this horse, while we let her shoulder heal up a little bit, because it tends to exaggerate it. Very nice. And now stretch her all the way back down again on the circle there. But for a horse that a few short months ago, it was quite questionable whether she would ever be able to come back up again. This one is looking very good. Develop your working trot again as you go large. So once again, she'll bring her pole up as high as she can without losing the rhythm of the horse or the engagement. Very nice. Beautifully done. Now as you come back around to C, I want you to canter. Very nice transition. Go large. Very nice. Horse is cantering very nicely over its back. Let her stretch all the way down on the circle here. How lovely. She can stretch the horse in the canter. You should be able to stretch the horse in all three gaits. Develop your working canter again. Go large, developing that. Down the next long side, a shallow loop serpentine in the counter canter. She maintains the rhythm. Shallow loop serpentine means she's just going to come out to X and back on the same side with no change of lead. Very nice. And now across the next diagonal, she's going to do a single flying change at X. Very nice. On the next long side, shallow loop serpentine. Always do your counter canter before you do flying changes, folks. Otherwise, the flying changes can become very difficult. Very nice. Horse is still working beautifully over its back. Very nice. And come across the next diagonal and try 3 changes in 4 strides. That was a 4 and a 5, but not bad, quite rhythmic. One more time and go across the next diagonal. Beautiful, and she got it beautifully that time. So she's going to let the horse stretch back down again on the circle here. And then bring her back to a trot and let her have a stretch in the trot. Absolutely beautiful. Look how she made the transition without throwing her head up in the air. Very, very nice. And I would add that that is only a handful of times that Devon's ever really done the flying changes, and certainly 3rd or 4th time she's ever done the tempi changes there. So we're very happy with the way that went, letting the horse stretch all the way down, and then easing her back to a walk to reward her. Very, very nicely done. This is Devon and Oxsana here in Orange County. She's done a beautiful job of rehabbing this horse and bringing it along, and now she has a lovely horse to ride. Thank you all very much. This is Will Faerber from Art to Ride.